What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to Silica, a real-time strategy game, for sure. We can all see it right here, right? This is what real-time strategy looks like, correct? AKA a game similar to Command and Conquer, maybe, huh? Yeah? Or is it more like, wait, that looks more like World of Tanks right now. Yes, that is the point. We're here in a world similar to what we know maybe from Dune, in a world and universe where there's a rare resource, these crystals that need to be farmed and mined, but there are different parties interested in it, battling over it. And the best part and interesting thing about this game is that this is actually a real-time strategy and first-person experience, where one player takes the role of a commander in the multiplayer, and the others are his subordinates or his units, and are playing through the eyes of these units, controlling the tanks, the soldiers, and fighting on the battlefield. If you take control over the commander side of things, then this is what it would look like to you. You would be here controlling, similar to what you know from Command and Conquer. You build your base, you need to build with a refinery first that will also have a harvester going to collect resources, in this case this Silica crystal stuff. And we're building the refinery right here. Then you'll have to build a, armory for, or light, like vehicle factory, then medium and heavy vehicle factories, barracks, silos, I guess in the future also power plants and stuff like this that are not here yet. And the craziest thing is that you can just press a button as a commander and whoop, you play the game through the eyes of your units. And now you're suddenly in this insanely cool AAA graphics game with your controlling the units manually, and as such you're actually controlling them more effectively than if the AI would take over and control the units. Because every unit that is not controlled by a human would be controlled by AI and would still be effective, but not quite as effective as if a human player takes control over them, right? And this is something, an insanely cool gaming experience and principle of game. You can see the crystals, the silica that is being harvested by the harvesters. That is the reason for this entire conflict taking place. Similar to the spice in the Dune universe, these crystals here are being mined, and although there are no giant worms eating your harvesters, there's a lot of danger around because there's an alien inhabitant species on the planet too, trying to fend off and fight off this human invasion from human Sol System and Alpha Centauri, two different kinds of human groups that originated obviously from the same planet at one time. And we're here entering a harvester just for fun's sakes, to show you the size and scale of things when you are controlling a unit from the eyes of the very unit himself, climbing the harvester and basically making our way up to the controlling terminal where we can pilot it ourselves. Which, as a commander, just requires a button press and you'll control it, because you don't actually physically are in the battle with your own body. You have, as a commander, the option to press a button and control the unit just right from the get-go there, and then get back out of the unit again. As a human player who's not taking control of the commander, you actually have to walk to the unit, enter it, and then you can take control of that vehicle. And it's such a cool feature because you all know it. We all know it from back in the days. There are multiple games such as this. For example, Renegade, obviously, is the first contender that comes to mind, is Command & Conquer Renegade, which I've played extensively on my YouTube channels, and I love this game so much. You have the option to not build the base, because in Renegade the bases are pre-built, but you can have elements such as commander roles where you navigate and direct things around. Wait, did you have commanders? I think so, there was something similar to that, right? But you'll also obviously take control of the units themselves, and you fight with them actively against the opposing group. And then there's another game that you may remember from Activision back in the days, 1998, 1996, 7, Battlezone. One of my absolute favorite games I've played as a child. It was the best experience for me ever in a RTS world that also has these elements where you can control your units manually. And Battlezone is pretty much exactly what this here is. You build your base in Battlezone, and then you could jump into the unit and control it, right? And fight with it yourself. And there's another game similar to it, would be Dungeon Keeper, which of course right here is, this is more like a vehicle-based, Command & Conquer-like experience, or Battlezone. But also Dungeon Keeper had this element where you build your base and you train your creatures, and you make all the economy side of things and the military side of things in a in how the economy works and building things and everything, right? And then you jump into the unit themselves with a symbiosis spell, and you control your creature. And that is what we do here. So when you start the game, you can change, as you can see here, between 3 different game modes: Prospector, Strategy, and Arena. Arena is basically just combat happening. And Strategy is what we have just seen and what we're going to be seeing here. And Prospector is then kind of a more open world based multiplayer thingy, I believe. Yeah, this game is not an MMO, so there are servers and lobbies. There's a lobby system, there's servers that are being hosted, and then you create these multiplayer environments where like 30 people join in on a server. There's 2 commanders on each side, or even 4. No. 2 commanders or 3 commanders, because there can be even 3 races in one battle, 2 humans and an alien race. And then you have these insane multiplayer battles that you can see right here with a day and night cycle that is happening right now. We're entering the night side of things, and the sound is insane. The effects, the graphics, it's all amazing. And although this game is in early access and it's still in its early phase, I can see so much potential, especially considering this game has so far been done by a single person. One man has developed this. If I'm not mistaken, this is the information I have, is that one man has developed all of this. And I have no idea how in the world he was able to do any of that, because that is so much more impressive than I expected it to be if you heard about one man creating this. Maybe it's going to change. Maybe he's going to have a much more better, you know, base to operation with more people helping now that the early alpha is out there. For 20 bucks, you can currently buy this game on Steam. I've included the link for you in the in the description box, and also the pinned comment for you. Go ahead, check it out. But I just decided, because I was playing this with Mirox here, that I want to show this to you. I want to cover this because it's a very interesting game for me. I like it, and I might actually show more about it. So it kind of depends also on you guys and gals if you like this, what you see here. Yeah, I remember this position. Mirox was watching me from above as a commander while he gave me the order to attack this unit. As a commander, I'm just a unit on his battlefield, yeah? And he sees the unit coming earlier than I see it, because he has a top-down view, and he was ordering me to attack that vehicle. And I remember how he said, "Hey man, this is your World of Tanks experience kicking in, right? Because my shots were like perfect on dropping that guy with perfect shots, bam bam, and he's gone." AI control unit would have probably taken much longer to kill this guy, but a manual human controlled unit fights a little more effectively and more accurately, and yeah, dispatches of the enemy units faster. And he said, yeah, it's your World of Tanks experience kicking in. Boom! And here was even a big rocket launcher. That thing is very expensive. I don't know why the AI sent it around the corner there. It was not the smartest move, but it gave me a good moment to showcase here this destruction and carnage we can do with this so-called hover tank. There's dozens of units. I also seen videos with flying units already. Multiple flying units are actually already finished or are already in the game. Probably not finished, but they are in the game. They're functioning, they're flying, they can shoot, they can all do these things. So we'll see that happening as well. You may have seen on the Harvester there's actually a landing field. There's like a helipad on it where flying units could potentially land. Maybe... Look at that sound. I just focus on this sound, okay? Where flying units will be very useful in the future, but just enjoy that with me here. This plasma bullet explosion thing from the so-called siege tanks. Just listen to that, man. This is my shot, and here comes the big one. Oh, I love it. I just love it. This sound is so impressive. Here we're shooting it ourselves. I love it. Boom. And then at the end, we actually defeated the enemy human base from Alpha Centauri, and we were able to win this battle. Ladies and gentlemen, this game is fun, and if you like it too, check out the links below, and if you do want to see more of it, I'll be showing you some more. Today, this video replaced one of our Resident Evil 4 videos for now, but I have already more parts recorded. They will be coming up for you soon. But tell me what you think, okay? So thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And Manni signing off. Bye-bye.